Okay. All right. What have we got? Atari 2600 plus, 129.99. Hmm. I have to think about if that's a good price or not. It seems a little high from my point of view, but they'll definitely sell units at that price. Um, no cartridge left behind. Enjoy your favorite Atari 2600 and 7800 games on one system. Okay, I can do that on 7800s, but not only does the Atari 2600 Plus pull double cartridge duty, it also features HDMI and widescreen mode for easy connectivity to modern TVs. That's going to be more and more important as CRTs just become extinct. Um, Also not a concern for me. I wonder, it features HDMI and widescreen. Okay, so I wonder if they can do the conventional aspect ratio, the 4:3, or if it's going to have the 16:9 stretch with the widescreen. HDMI, there might be some input lag, but that most games you'll be able to adapt to that. Jump right in with the included CX40 Plus, 40 Plus joystick. Interesting they go with the CX40. CX10 was a much, much better design. But it was also, it must have been much, much more expensive because they didn't produce those for very long. Um, and a 10-in-1 game. Oh, a CX40. So they're going to give you a one-button controller with a console that's compatible with 7800 games. That seems short-sighted, in my opinion. Um, but I suppose they're going with the nostalgia. Everybody thinks of the CX40 when they think of Atari. 10-in-1 game cartridge that features some of Atari's most famous games like Adventure, Missile Command, and Yari's Revenge. Cool, cool. All of those are Atari IPs from day one. Missile Command was an Atari arcade, right? Or did somebody else produce that? I don't remember. Features: the Atari 2600 Plus is an updated version of the iconic 2600 and has been enhanced in the following ways. Plays 2600 and 7800 cartridge, HDMI, easy output, widescreen mode, enlarged cartridge socket, reduces sticking. Oh, okay, that's an interesting detail. Because a lot of third-party cartridges, not so much in 2600s, but a lot of them, a lot of 2600 third-party cartridges will, um, the corners of the cartridge slot are so rounded on the 7800s that some of the more squared, I'm thinking like iMagic in particular. Activision, you need a little force to get them into a 7800, but iMagic especially, and a few others are tough to get seated into a 7800 because of the tight cartridge port. And then the Tiger Vision game, I think the tabs are slightly misplaced. And most Tiger Vision games are pretty rare, so you don't want to break the tabs off. You just, unless you want, your ability to play the game is more important than, like, losing $200 worth of value in the cartridge. It is a pretty high price point. Okay, I was thinking that might have been a little steep, but um, I don't know. Okay, the enlarged cartridge socket, that'd be nice. Atari logo lights up when being played. Oh, like the Fuji logo in the lower right corner, I bet. Okay, it comes with CX40 Plus joystick, which has been lovingly recreated to the same specifications as the original. Well, the CX40 had, I think, 4 different motherboards. So when they say exact specifications, hmm. 10 in 1 game cartridge, Adventure Combat, Dodge 'em. Not sure I would have put Dodge 'em in there with Atari's most famous games, but it becomes oddly addictive once you get past the it's horrible um, start. Haunted House, love Haunted House. Maze Craze. Maze Craze, that was fun as a kid, especially if you had somebody to play with. The one player Maze Craze is kind of boring. Missile Command, I enjoy that. Missile Command, I know Hamster said this the other day, maybe a couple weeks ago in his stream, where he's like, Missile Command is Missile Command. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But at this point in life, you should know if you do or don't. Real Sports Volleyball, that's actually an underrated title. It's a pretty good game. I'm not the hugest fan of volleyball, but that's actually a pretty good game. Surround, that one's a little more obscure, I think. Video pinball. I've I was never a big fan of I was never a huge fan of like physical pinball machines. And video pinball, they're okay. That one in particular is all right. I think Midnight Magic is probably the premier pinball game for the Atari. Um, NES pinball is all right. That probably that's not going to be on here. Yar's Revenge is okay. There's a true classic. Adventure and Yar's Revenge, definite classics. Combat, if you can find a second person to play with, can be really enjoyable. Haunted House is great. It's not a bad 10 in 1 cartridge. I would have put. I think if I would have put a 10 in 1, I would have picked different titles. But that's pre-order availability. Do I want to go into this? The item is currently available for pre-order and will ship in November. Pre-orders are considered final 30 days after the order date. International availability. International retailer list coming soon. Hardware. Featuring a Rockchip 3128 SoC microprocessor. Someone in chat can explain that to me. Ohio. Uh, I lost my chat window. Who said Ohio? Sheepdog, what's happening? I should have known. I should have known. 256 megabyte DDR3 RAM, 256 megabyte eMMC fixed internal storage. Okay, those specs, I'm pretty alien to me. Wired, wired, okay, it's wired CX40, so it's okay, a non-remote joystick with DB9 connector. Okay, yeah. So your 7800 and 2600 compatible controller should work in it if it's got a DB9. Compatible with most 7800 and 2600 cartridges. View compatibility list. Let's take a look at this. All right. Oh, hey, the capture followed the tab. Cool. All right, game compatibility list. Pass, untested, fail. 32 and 1. Okay, that's a PAL cartridge for the 7800, I believe. Okay, so there's a lot of passes here. Back to School Pack. Don't know what that is. Basic Math, aka Fun with Numbers. It's so strange that they would have that one untested. That's one of their IPs. They could just make a cartridge, couldn't they? Fatal Run, untested. That's a 7800 title. It's a fun game, too. It's difficult. I guess it's kind of rare. It's not that expensive, but it's kind of rare. Racing Pack, I don't know what Racing Pack is. Real Sports Boxing, fail. Wow. I wonder why that one would have failed. Signal Training Cartridge, untested. Signal Tracing Cartridge, I don't even know what that is. I bet they haven't tested any of the Comavid games. What would they be? Room of Doom. Oh, these are. Well, we're still published by Atari. Sprint Master. Oh, that's a good one. Stargate is untested. Well, is Defender 2 tested? Because they're the same ROM. Oh, okay. They didn't list them both. Okay, Stargate's untested. All right, third-party games. Oh, we got a lot of untested here. Two-pack special Dungeon Master. Haven't even heard of these two-packs specials. 4 game and 1 bit. 64 and 1 new. A lot of these I don't know. Acid Drop. Oh, I was thinking of Beef Drop. I'm like, isn't that a homebrew? Okay. Action Nuts. Untested. Don't know that. Artillery Duel. Oh, the Zonox games are untested, it looks like. Asteroid Fire, Bachelor Party Baseball is untested. Third Party Baseball. That's got to be the M Network Baseball, huh? Billiard untested. Burger Time. We just played Burger Time. Yeah, okay, so it looks like they haven't tested the M Network games. That's interesting too, because didn't Atari recently purchase a lot of Mattel or Intellivision's IPs? I think they did. I don't know. Burger Time is probably owned by somebody else at this point in time, maybe. I don't know. I guess they saw Tommy was in financial. Tommy was in financial trouble and probably got a lot of that stuff at fire sale prices. Chuck Norris Super Kicks passes, but Super Kicks slash Ghost Manor is untested. Interesting. I'm not seeing very many fails. I'm wondering if, I mean, you can always speculate how many of these untested were fails that they just don't want to admit. Conspirators will speak up for sure. Circus Convoy Commando. These are all. Oh, these are all 2600 games. Why did I? There was one up top that I thought was a 7800 title. Okay, 2600 Commandos untested. Commando raids untested. Communist mutants from space. Oh, is that one of the Starpath or not Starpath? Yeah, the Supercharger Starpath Supercharger games. I'm sure these cassette ones are all the Starpaths. I can't remember anybody else that. I guess Smurf saves the day. That was Coleco. That might be we'll get to that because we're in third party. It looks like it's alphabetical. Smurf saves the day. That used the KidVid voice recorder from Coleco, but it's possible to play without it. It's not the same game without it. But let's see. Decathlon, Intellivision Decathlon. Um, Dragon Stomper, Eddie Langfinger. That's okay. Escape from the Mind Master. Oh, yep. Okay, that's Starpath. Uh, oh, they didn't test Frogger 2 3 Deep. Does that have an enhancement chip? I don't know. Ghost Manor, Spikes Peak, and test. I'm wondering if Ghost Manor, all the single carts, the single enders for Zonox are passing, but the double enders are all untested. It's weird because for most games, the double enders are the easier ones to find. We'll see what's the one that's bundled with Sir Lancelot. We'll see if that one makes it. Jairus, Hot Action. Jairus is untested. That's a really good Parker Brothers. 007 is also Parker Brothers. I want my mommy passed. The raffle has ended, and Sheepdog underscore 81 199 parsecs. Famous Dave's. Devil Spit. Hi-oh! GG Sheepdog. Ooh, Kaboom passed. There's a lot of untested. I'm not seeing many fails. Real Sports Boxing is the only fail we've come to. Cubert's Cubes untested. Yeah, that's like that's so expensive on the secondary market. Someday I may own a copy. But, River Patrol, that's another one. Really expensive third party. Robot Tank untested. Oh, that's an interesting one that one would be untested because it's compatible with the earliest models of the 7800, but not during the main run of their production. It's not compatible with those. They had to change a timing thing to get 2600 Dark Chambers to work. So a lot of Robot Tank, if you find them, if you ever see them complete in box for Robot Tank by Intellivision, it'll say in big bold letters, not for use with the 7800 because it has this rolling screen issue, and it's not a scan line problem. But if you don't know about that, you might think you accidentally bought a PAL card, but it's really a rolling screen issue with the timing of the non-earliest models of the 7800. So I would think that's one they should really test because if this 2600 Plus is going to have 2600 and 7800 compatibility like the 7800, this would be like one of the first games I would use to see. I would test this and I would test 2600 Dark Chambers to see if they both work. Because I don't know if they could find a way around those timing problems. Scraper Caper and just all untested. Oh, here's another Super Cobra fail. That's a Parker Brothers title. I haven't played much of it. I should. I don't know much about that. It's one of those things I got it in a lot. Like, oh, cool, I don't have this. Plug it in, starts up. Slot it into my collection in alphabetical order, and then forget about it. Oh, survival run, that's good. Looks like the erotica, the Swedish eroticas are all untested. Beat 'em and eat 'em. Oh my gosh. Texas Chainsaw Massacre failed. Oh no. All right, 7,800 titles. So they didn't really have many fails. They have a lot of untested. Commandos untested. Oh, that's one. That's one of the two Pokey games. Where's Ball Blazer? Oh, Ball Blazer passed. So Commando should probably work then. At least the audio should. If Ball Blazer passes, Commando should pass. Midnight Mutants. Okay, that's expensive. That's one of the four. That's one of the four 7,800 titles I don't have. Well, one of the four NTSC 7,800 titles I don't have. I don't have Meltdown, but that's PAL only. Or no, not Meltdown. Sentinel. I do have Meltdown. Sentinel's PAL only. Motor Psycho untested. Pete Rose Baseball untested. Rampage untested. Summer Games untested. Tank Command, that is... I don't blame them for not testing that one. That is the hardest 7,800 title to find, and by far the most expensive one when you do find it. Water Ski. So Ninja Golf passes. I don't have Ninja Golf. And Midnight Mutants, Ninja Golf, Tank Command. What's the other one that I don't have? I don't even remember now. One-on-one basketball. That's really underrated. It's really a slow-moving game, but that's a lot of fun. Um, oh, Akari Warriors. I don't have that one. Okay, so the compatibility list looks pretty cool. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. They really should test Robot Tank, though. There's no reason not to. Like that would be one of the first ones I would look at when we're talking about a console that plays both 2600 and 7800 games. Package contents: 2600 plus video game system includes 2600 game system, CX40 plus joystick, 10-in-1 game controller, HDMI, USB-C power. Oh, USB-C power. So I can power it with my Samsung charger. That can't be right. I must be missing something. Well, I mean, it'll fit. I guess it probably won't power it on because instantly compatible with hundreds of Atari's original cartridges. See, that's going to be interesting. Ooh, we got some video here. Okay. Oh, and the logo lights up when you power it on. That's cool. I like that feature. They went with the 4-switch Woody model, which I kind of guess I can't be too surprised. I kind of saw that in the thumbnail of the link. Okay, it's just gonna keep looping. 10 chances for endless fun. Okay, the 10-in-1 game cartridge. Compatible with the originals. Okay, oh, we get a top view. All right, yeah, it's just your classic 4-switch Woody. Difficulty switches in the back. Why would they have a channel select switch, though? I wonder if that's like maybe HDMI, the widescreen, and maybe the standard aspect ratio if you don't want the stretched look. Ports in the back, and then this is okay, the USB-C power in. Don't know what this is going to be, though. Okay, the box art really hasn't changed. Atari hasn't really changed their box art very much since, like, the Flashback series. Alright, Maze Craze, Combat. Got some screenshots of all these games. Yar's Revenge. Adventure, Real Sports Volleyball. Okay. Oh, so they did size it down. If that's the width of the cartridge, they did shrink it down considerably. That does look cool with that glow. That would look good playing in the dark. Product features: ready to play, 2 systems in one, HDMI ready. Oh, here we go. Will this play Atari game cartridges? Absolutely. We saw the compatibility list. Widescreen mode. It doesn't tell me if widescreen mode is automatic or if it's optional. 80% of original size. Oh, okay. So they shrunk it by 20%. Large cartridge, how's the different from the VCS? Yeah, that's very large footprint, 80%. Okay, so yeah, 20% smaller. Okay, so yeah, we have cross compatibility with controllers from the era and these. It uses emulation technology to play game cartridges. Oh, interesting. And related products. Okay, cool. Have you played Atari today? Yes. Okay, that's interesting. I think there is going to be a market for this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's not going to be for me. I have enough ways to play 2600 and 7800 games. Although the HDMI is kind of appealing just for stream purposes, so I don't have to subject you guys to RF. But I am gonna composite mod one of my 7800s and probably one of my 2600 juniors when the motivation comes back. It's interesting. Um, I wonder if they're going to manufacture new cartridges for the system, especially like any that they own the IP for, and maybe some of the rarer ones having new releases of some of the rarer ones might be it might be in their interest to get the people like me that I'm missing a couple 7800 carts, and they're the ones that I have left are hundreds of dollars loose without box or manual. Obviously, Tank Command, I don't know who has the IP to that. That was a Froggo Games title originally, but if I could get Midnight Mutants, Ninja Golf, and Akari Warriors has got to be owned by somebody else. That's a pretty popular. The raffle has ended in Yabra, 199 parsecs. Famous Dave's, Devil's Spit. Hi-yo!